Hello you guys, welcome to my channel if you are new to my channel, and welcome back to my channel if you have been here before. Either way, thank you guys so much for joining me for today's video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a new luxury bag that I have recently added to my very small collection, and I figured that since I already have two Louis Vuitton reviews on my channel, I might as well add this one and kind of share with you guys what I like about this purse, what I don't like about it, and my overall overview on it. So I have yet to use this purse. I have not yet brought it outside or put anything in it even. I did get it a few months ago, but I'm just kind of waiting for the spring and summer months to come our way. And then I will be using it as my everyday bag, and I am super excited to do that. So here is the bag. This is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull GM in the Damier Azur print. And this is a bag that I have been eyeing ever since I got my first Louis Vuitton, which was again another Neverfull in the Damier Ebene print. I don't know if I'm saying any of these words right. I feel like I've heard quite a few different ways to say all of the words associated with this brand, and so excuse me if I am not pronouncing it the way it should be pronounced. But here is the bag, and I am so in love with it. I think it is so beautiful. I love how bright this is and how fresh of a look it is. So as you can see here, mine is in the rose ballerine interior. It's a beautiful baby pink color. I just think that the pink interior goes so well with the exterior of this purse or this bag. I just think it's a stunning combination. So I was actually gifted this by my very wonderful husband. He gave this to me as a birthday present and also as a present for when our daughter was born. So our daughter was born on September 20th and I turned 30 on October 13th. So there was just like a 3-week gap in between those two dates, and he surprised me with this bag. He knew that this is something that I had been wanting for a while now. And while this was gifted by him, at first when I began talking to him about this purse, I was talking to him about the MM size. And so originally I thought that I wanted something smaller than the GM size, because the GM size is so large and it can sometimes become a little bit overwhelming because there's so much room in there that you feel like you can just like literally stuff your whole life in there, and then it just becomes super heavy and kind of unnecessary. And so I thought originally that I wanted the MM size. I thought that I would like having the two different sizes and I would get a lot of use out of both sizes for different occasions. But when he gave me it and I unboxed it and saw how big of a difference the size was between the GM and the MM, for me personally, I thought it looked too small on my body type. I am a much curvier girl and I'm very tall. I'm 6 foot, almost 6'1". And so for me personally, I thought it just looked a little bit too small on my body frame, and I wanted to upgrade it to the GM, which it's really not that big of a difference in price compared to what you're paying overall for the bags. So we went and did that, and I am so much happier now that I got the GM. I just feel like it looks a lot more proportionate with me. So with the Neverfulls, they do come with these little like pocket purses, little wristlets. I don't know what the technical name for these would be called, but I am obsessed with these as well. Every single day, no matter what purse I'm using or where I'm going, I am always using this little wristlet that came with the Damier Ebene. And so I know I'm going to get a ton of use out of this as well. Again, once the warmer weather comes around, I will be using this as my primary like wallet wristlet. This just fits a lot. It doesn't look huge and it is very thin, but it fits everything that I need. I've never needed something on an everyday basis that was not able to fit in here. And so I love that these come with the Neverfulls. And again, it's got this beautiful baby pink interior. All right, so as you can see, the color that this kind of comes in, it's kind of debatable on the exact color, but I would say that the squares are like a creamy colored white, and then the remaining squares, or the contrasting squares, are like this bluish gray. Sometimes they look more gray. Right now in this lighting, they do look more like a navy blue to me. And then these straps on the side here, and the straps up here, and then the lining that's around the rim of the purse is like a very light tannish color. And the thing about these purses is that this is untreated leather. So these straps, all of the detailing with this tan, light tan, these will all eventually turn a darker, like honey color. And I can say that that is one of the biggest things that kind of scare me about this purse. Not scare me, because I know no matter how I treat it and how much I use it or don't use it, eventually over time it will happen. But that's the only like turn off, I guess, about this purse, is that these do change color. And some people seem to like the color changing because it shows that their bag has been used and that it's authentic, and just shows the love, I guess, that they've gotten out of this bag. Personally, for me, I would prefer it if the straps stayed the color that they are currently. I think that the color that they come in just goes better with the bag. But I know that it is a gradual process, and so I probably won't even realize the difference until I look at pictures or possibly this video after I've used this for some time. And then while these straps are primarily a very light tan color at the moment, they do have red outlining, and that is kind of like the signature red, I think, that Louis Vuitton tries to incorporate on most of their bags. And so hopefully you can see, but on the sides of the straps, there is that pop of red. But that's one of my biggest things. The other thing is that because of the color, both interior and exterior, I think that when I start using it, I am going to be extremely nervous about keeping it clean. And I've read in multiple forums and I've watched review videos about this bag, and from what I've seen, as long as you are not going to be wearing like super dark jeans that transfer their color regularly, you should be good. If something gets on the bag, it's easy to kind of just wipe off. So I'm hoping that's the case for me. And even on the inside, as much as I love this baby pink color, I'm just gonna be very cautious as to what I put in here. But this was all my preference, this color, the interior, the exterior. And so I knew what I was getting into when I opened my mouth and told Matt that this is a bag that I would really love to own someday. And so I'll just be a little bit more cautious than I am with my other Neverfull, and also with my Alma. Both of those are in the Damier Ebene, and so they're pretty carefree. This one will just require a little bit extra TLC, I think. So I'm hoping I will get many years out of this. I think it's a classic bag. The print, the size, the style, everything about this, I just don't see myself ever getting sick of. I do plan on getting an insert for this bag just because I like it to look a little bit more structured, and I like having the different compartments. I do have a felt organizer for my other Neverfull, and it's nice because when I want everything to have its own spot in there, I can use it, and when I want the bag to weigh less and to kind of just look a little bit more floppy, then I can just take it out, and it's super simple. So I'm definitely going to be purchasing a matching organizer for this. And so once I do order that and receive it, and once I start using this and kind of figure out how I want to use this, I will do a video on my impressions after using it for some time, as well as share with you guys what I keep in here and how I organize it. And then here is the inside of the bag itself. It does have a D-ring on the inside here, which can be clasped, and you can kind of make this bag a little bit more secure by closing it on the clip, and so it's not so easily accessible. And then the rest of the bag is pretty much wide open. You have a ton of room in here, as you can see. The only like organizational thing that's in here is there's this little pocket, and it's actually a pretty big pocket. You can fit a lot in here. It widens pretty nicely, and so this is where you can kind of keep things a little bit more secure just because of the zipper, and it's kind of like a flap pocket, I guess. And so there you can see the size that you get with that. And just like all of the Neverfulls, you are able to size this down, and you are able to just make it a little bit more like squared as opposed to the rectangular shape that it has when it's open. And you're able to make it pretty much whatever size you want, depending on how big or small you want to go. And then you're able to just cinch it in. Here's what the purse can look like. And so I love that this purse is versatile when it comes to how it looks and its size. So really, I think that this bag and the size and shape that it has right now looks like a completely different bag. And that is definitely another reason that I love this bag, is that it can be used in quite a few different ways for quite a few different settings. So if you want something a little bit more structured looking and not so wide, not so big, you don't need to put so much stuff in there, you can use it like this. I very, very rarely use it like this just because you kind of buy a Neverfull for its size, but I do think that having the option is awesome. You don't really see that in other bags, being able to change its size and its shape. So it's a really nice feature that I think a lot of people do enjoy, especially if they're using it as like a nighttime going out bag. So just for reference, here is the Neverfull Damier Ebene, and here's the Neverfull Damier Azur. Both of them are in the same size. I know that for some reason my past videos on this bag have gotten a lot of questions and comments on whether or not this is the GM size, but I assure you that it is. If I had this bag in the MM size like I intended it to be, I would be able to share with you guys the difference in size, because I feel like there is a very considerable difference, like not only the width but also the height. And for some reason I didn't think there was going to be that big of a difference when I had said that I wanted the MM size. There is definitely a difference in the texture, the smoothness of the treated leather on the Ebene and then the untreated leather on the Azur. And you could probably even tell this one has a really nice, pretty shine and gloss to it, while this one is like a matted tannish brown color. And since we are on the topic of Louis Vuitton purses, in case you are interested in buying a Louis Vuitton bag or a Neverfull and you're unsure, I do want to give my honest review on everything that I do on my channel, and not just talk about the good things about these purses. So I did want to mention that on the little wristlet that comes with the purse, the hardware, the D-ring, that straps the wristlet together is turning a silver color. I am going to bring it in to my Louis Vuitton store. I did read that these are supposed to be covered and that they will exchange this part for me. So while I still love this and I use this constantly, and like I did say, I do use this every single day, I just feel like something like this should not be happening on a bag that costs this much to begin with. So I'm not sure if the quality control on these bags have gone down or what the situation is. I will definitely keep you guys updated on whatever I'm told regarding the tarnishing of this D-ring. I would think that regardless of how many times a day I use this or how often it should be able to withstand that. I have had this bag a little bit over a year now. I would say like a year and 4 months. And so this is not like a very, very old bag that has been around for a number of years. It's still relatively new, and to me, that just shouldn't be happening. So we'll see what they tell me. Hopefully it's an easy fix. But like I said, I will keep you updated. Here are the two wristlets that come with both purses. This size I know does come with both the GM size and the MM size. If you were to get the PM size of the Neverfull, the wristlet that comes with that bag in particular, that size, is a bit smaller than these ones. Here is a bit more of a close-up on the wristlet, and just in case this is your first Neverfull YouTube review video, here is what the inside of the wristlet looks like. You do have a pretty big sized pocket right here, and then you have the main section of this wristlet right in the middle. This, while it is thin, it looks extremely thin. It does kind of stretch out for a while if you do put too much stuff in here. The zipper will kind of like bend and be a little bit wavy, but it does stretch out and it will end up conforming to all of your precious items that you keep in here. So here you can see the top of the Ebene print, and with the stuff that I have in here, it used to be kind of looking like that a little bit, but now it's straightened itself out, and that's just because the sides here have kind of just expanded over time. The other thing that I wanted to share with you guys is that I have created a Poshmark account, and I have gotten quite a few comments saying that I should do that. Over the summer, this past summer, I did do an extreme like closet clear out, declutter. I went through everything that I own pretty much that has to do with fashion, clothes, purses, bags, wallets, and I just got rid of so much. And so with those videos that I posted during the summer, a few of you have told me or suggested that I should open up a Poshmark account and list all of my unwanted items fashion-wise on that site. And so I do have a few items up there already, just like higher end purses, a couple Coach purses and Michael Kors. And so if you are interested in pre-loved items, definitely go check out my Poshmark account. I will leave my link in the description box of this video right below. Like I said, I will be updating that as I find new items to get rid of. I'm definitely going to be doing another massive spring clean. As far as my next luxury bag that I have my eye on, there's really not too many that I can see myself owning someday. The only one that is kind of caught my attention is the Speedy. Whatever the biggest size there is with the shoulder strap. See, I'm so unfamiliar with all of this stuff that I don't know the terms or the names of these really beautiful items, but that is the one that I am kind of thinking might be the next one that I want to get. And besides that one, I don't think there is any other that I currently have been looking at. So it's just that Speedy. I think it's the Speedy 40 with the bandolier strap. I don't know if that's, again, the right way to say this. And I think I would want it in this print. If you can think of any questions that I did not go over regarding this bag or the Ebene or even the Alma, let me know in the comment section below. I would be more than happy to answer any question that I receive as long as I know the answer to it. But I am hoping that I covered most areas if you are kind of trying to decide if a bag like this would be for you or if this particular print would be for you. But again, if not, just let me know and I would be happy to get back to you as soon as I can. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please make sure to subscribe and join my YouTube family. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you could give this video a big thumbs up, I would really appreciate that as well. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in my next video.